On to another game just like that. This is me going second against Pipe Bash, wielding Kaalia of the Vast. And I happen to be playing Omnath. This is normally a terrible matchup for mono green. It's actually one of the toughest generals to beat, I've found. Mainly because it's not too hard for them to ramp into their general by turn 3 to 4, and you have so few ways of dealing with a 2/2 flyer that puts giant dragons into play, or angels sometimes, that you often are just, you can do your whole thing and it just doesn't even matter. If you can't kill a 2/2 flyer, you don't really have much of a prayer winning the game. He's going first. I just have to hope he has a slow draw that I can disrupt, maybe with the Worldly Tutor into Reclamation Sage and go from there. We'll see. Godless Shrine coming into play untapped. Soul Ring. Alright, well, obviously you're never happy to see Soul Ring, but if there is one deck that Soul Ring doesn't really shine in, it's Kaalia. Just because the commander has such high colored mana requirements, and they have to hit all 3 colors. So can't really do tons with colorless mana. Certainly you always play the card as well as the Crypt, because you can just hardcast the big creatures later on. But it's not as threatening in this deck as it is in, say, the deck I'm using right now. Okay, I'm just going to cast the Utopia Sprawl here. The full intention of casting Omnath on turn 2. Alright, well, black-white. Thoughtseize. Brutal. Well, if I were him, I'm not really sure what I'd take, but based on the way that my hand looks, I think I would probably take the Worldly Tutor, possibly Terastodon. The Birthing Pod is always scary, but when I have nothing else to really synergize with it, it's just not that dangerous. Worldly Tutor, I expect, would give answers to Kaalia, so I'd probably take that. And lo and behold, he takes Birthing Pod, which may say something about his hand. But I'm just not going to change what I do. I'm just going to cast the Omnath. Black, white, red, and a color source. Well, he hit the trifecta right away on turn 3, so I expect fully that I'm going to be facing down his angel right now, and I have very, very few ways to deal with that, unfortunately. 5 mana. Well, that's weird. Although I guess, yeah, you notice the colors. There's 2 white there. I had no idea what he was going to play here. And he casts Gilded Lotus. 3 cards left in hand. That's really interesting. Well, it does give him 8 mana next turn, so you don't even need Kaalia when you can just hard cast crazy giant things like a Chroma off your Soul Ring into Gilded Lotus draw. Alright, Skyshroud Claim is pretty nice. So I'm just going to claim here. I gave some thought to attacking with Omnath big, but given the fact that he didn't cast Kaalia that turn, makes me kind of feel like he doesn't have anything to put into play for free off of it, which means that he either has a bunch more mana in hand, which is certainly likely, or he's got some kind of removal, because I do see Kaalia decks that do play a fair amount of spot removal. And given that being the case, there's no reason for me to take any risk by pumping a bunch of mana into Omnath and attacking, so I'm just going to Skyshroud Claim. I can send him in now. I'm pumping 2 into him, and nothing happens, so maybe I was a misread. Either way, post-combat, I'm just going to play Wall of Roots and float a green. Alright, 4 cards in his hand. Bloodstained Mire. So maybe he is all mana flooded. Black and white. Oh, wait a minute. Ultimate Price. Well, maybe he just top-decked that. He sacks the Bloodstained Mire for a Crypt. Go for the threat. What the? Alright, well, my read was correct. He did indeed at least have one of these 2 removal spells. Ultimate Price is pretty cool card, actually. Gotta look into that for budget formats. Because Go for the Throat is over $2 right now, which kind of is terrible. But Ultimate Price is pretty good. Alright. Well, end of step, I'm going to Worldly Tutor. The question is, what for? Oh, it didn't even let you see. Well, you'll find out 1 second when I draw it. Now. Steel Hellkite. Alright, so I have a game plan here that involves doing nasty things with Terastodon Hellkite. Plus the Hellkite has the double ability of killing off Gilded Lotus potentially, or killing the Soul Ring, and of course blocking Kaalia of the Vast. So we're just going to throw out the Mighty Dragon. God, I love this creature so much. It's just this incredibly strong card in so many of the decks that I play, which tend to be control decks. It's obviously better in control decks than it is in aggro because it costs 6. But as far as a tool for mono green, mono black, and maybe even mono red decks, and even mono blue, actually, it does so much work. I know that there's lots of other videos of me extolling the virtues of Steel Hellkite, but I think it bears repeating. All right, what you got, Pipe Bash? Nothing. Not even Kaalia. All right, then. Forest. Well, this is pretty simple, then. Let's play the Big Papa. Let's absolutely destroy your board. I'm going to leave him with the Soul Ring, but because I'm just going to kill all sources of black. And he gets 3 elephants, which are not long for this world, thanks to Steel Hellkite. And I activate the ability and clear him out. Pipe Bash draws 1 more card. And with the writing very, very much on the wall, decides to pack it in. That was a really interesting game, actually. It may be a testament more to how this guy's deck is built, or maybe he just got super unlucky. But that is one problem with that general, is that you can't put too many giant angels and demons into your deck and expect to be able to play any game but get Kaalia into play. And if they counter Kaalia or kill it or steal it or something, you're just completely screwed. So you do have to play some of these control cards. And if you draw the control cards and you don't draw anything to put into play for free with Kaalia the Vast, you're basically pretty screwed, as he was this game, because he killed some stuff early and it just didn't matter at all. So nice little game with Omnath. Nice to beat one of its prime nemesis, and more games to come. See you soon.